Good morning, Space Cadets. How's it going? Hope you are doing well. It is, what day is it? Tuesday, September 20th. Anna and I are currently getting ready to go to Anna's, is it chiropractor? I guess it's her chiropractor. One of her chiropractor and her nutritionist are like the same person, and she goes several times a month to either or. So I guess or both. So that's where we're going now. Roland is very confused and looking very oddly that way. Rue is just being Rue. Hey, Rue. So yeah, I'm going to. That's the thing. So are you going to like your chiropractor right now? Is that what it's, that's the hat she's wearing right now? Because I said she's both.
Yes, actually, it's a nutrition appointment and a chiropractor appointment.
Nutrition and chiropractor. I was wrong. So I'm going though because Anna's nutritionist, because of how she helps you nutritionalize your body, it sometimes, hopefully, Lord willing, has a greater effect on you getting pregnant.
Right. Hello there.
So that being said,
she wanted to see Randy just to, I'm not actually really sure.
I have no clue
She just
either.
asked me to bring him next time I have a nutrition appointment.
Bring your boy toy.
So I'm bringing him.
I'm a little scared.
I know, I don't know what she's going to like do or say, and I don't think she's going to like examine you. I'm not sure. This is kind of a new thing.
She's probably going to be asking about how I eat and everything, in which case it's going to be fun telling her that like I do everything Anna does. And because of her recommendations, I've lost 60 pounds. So
Well,
anyway.
I think the only thing she would change is you're probably not on some, you could be probably on supplements, more supplements than you are, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what she'll change.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We are back from the appointment, and I wanted to give my thoughts very quickly on it. It was unlike anything I've ever experienced as far as appointments go. There were some definitely like eccentric things that happened there, and I saw Anna get like her neck popped and her back popped. It was a little nerve-wracking to see that done, but then it also made me like, while she's sitting there doing it, I was going like, yeah, which you're never supposed to do that.
No.
Don't do that. But anyway, I was recommended some supplements, some things to try out, so I'm going to try those out. It was funny, I got kind of defensive at one point, actually at 2 points. One, she told me that I needed to be on her, like I needed to get some nutrition advice and everything, and like some, like be on a healthy journey. And I was like, ha, you just, And then Anna spoke up and said, actually, he's doing all the stuff that I'm doing, so we're good there. And I wanted to be like, yeah, I've lost 60 pounds, lady. 60 pounds. See this right here? This used to stick out more, and people give me compliments on the internet. But then I realized that she's never seen me before, so she doesn't know. So anyway, she'd probably be really happy if she heard that. So thank you, Dr. J. The other part that was interesting to me, and like I've kind of thrown it around in my head for a little bit, like she's wrong. No, she's probably right. No, she's self-fulfilling. So anyway, is that she like was looking at me. She was examining Anna on the table. And then like she was looking at me and she was telling Anna these things, and she just looks up at me and says, and you've just got sadness. Like there's some sadness that you've got to deal with. Like you're just got sadness.
She goes, and you need to work through that.
You need to work through
And
that.
Randy was just like, I looked at it, I gave because we were holding hands at that point. I just kind of gave his hand a little squeeze because I knew, I was like, he's getting defensive about that.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you don't want anyone to tell you, hey, there's some sadness and you need to work through it. Like you don't ever want to hear that. So it made sense.
Well,
like I was like, oh no.
Yeah, I did get defensive, but like I am an extremely open-minded individual. A lot of people may not think that, but I really am. If you tell me something, I try my hardest not to let my emotions or my logic interfere with you trying to tell me some truth that is in your mind. So then I try to examine it as best I can logically and then come to my own conclusion, okay? So when you tell me something, especially when you tell me a fault of mine, I for instance had one guy telling me about freelance, saying that I was the worst freelancer he's ever worked with and that I did a terrible job and that he gave me like several faults. And like anyone's initial reaction is to go, that was me slapping you guys, and walk away. But no, you shouldn't. You should examine what they say and find the truth in it and then reconcile that within yourself. So that's what I do every time. You know, like if someone gives me this weird advice, I immediately don't just shut it out and say no. I try to examine it and see if there's any truth to it, you know? And I think a lot of the time that's me putting it up to my how I feel with the Holy Spirit in me and seeing if there's truth in it. So of course when she says this, I'm thinking like sadness. I'm not, Well, yeah, everyone's sad at something. Like, everyone has some bit of sadness, but I have examined it more, thought in my head, and of course there are a few things that have made me sad. I don't know if they're overwhelming factors in my life, however, they may be somewhat holding me back from certain aspects. So, I'm going to examine this further, and I'll get back with you. But in the meantime, I'm going to try and keep a smile on my face. To hide this in my life. I'm just kidding.
Such a dork. So yeah, other than...
I'm gonna go get some coffee to get over my sadness.
Alright, sad boy. Other than Randy disagreeing about being sad, I'm just kidding, he didn't actually disagree with it. He's gonna work through whatever is there, see if there is. The appointment was great. I love my doctor very, very much. Like, we are, you know, we're moving 2 hours north of where we are now. However, I am still seeing her once a month. That's not changing. I don't think I'll find another nutritionist like her. So, love my Dr. J. I'm gonna go paint now.
Ah, the great outdoors. Well, somewhat. It's a park. But look, it's this park. Who remembers this park where the skateboards smoothly roll so freely without anything stopping it? We are at Homewood Park, enjoying this skate park again. Anna said she wanted to go do something. She wanted to be outside. And I was like, okay, why don't we go do this? She actually said, let's go ride bikes. Then she said, why don't you ride your skateboard and I'll ride the bike. Anyway, long story shorter, we ended up here. And she doesn't have a bike, but she's going to walk.
No bike.
Yeah, but you're excited about walking?
I am excited about walking.
Well, cool.
Would your arms around me? If we stay here like this, it's the only place where I wanna be. This is as long as we go. Beyond the crossfire, it's the only place where I wanna be. I know you'll be alright, but somehow wherever you are, we're still in the crossfire.
Some time has passed. We are still at the park. Randy is still on his board because he loves it so much. I did a good bit of walking and now I'm just sitting where I'm able to see Randy and I'm able to watch the kids play soccer. It's the best of both worlds, it really is. And it feels amazing out here. There's a little bit of a cooler breeze and every time I feel it, like, my heart just turns to mush because I'm so excited of what is coming. Autumn. Love it so much. I am starting to get a little hungry though, so I'm kind of hoping that he wraps it up soon. I don't want to be that wife though that pushes him, so I'm just gonna let him decide this on his own. Hi there.
Hey.
Let me stay. Would your arms around me? If we stay here like this, it's the only place where I wanna be.
Are you a little sore?
I am beaten up
And why is that?
because I fell twice. The first time, well, I fell probably more than that, but 2 times that were hard.
Hmm.
The first time was really rough, and
Yeah.
I'll have to show you the damage it
The
did.
casualty?
And then the other time, it wasn't bad, but it just like I was already injured, and then falling again makes it even worse. So I'm gonna be really sore tomorrow.
This is as long as we go.
When I first started riding this thing, there was this moment that I crashed at a park and it hurt. It hurt bad. I really sprained my wrist. And you know, like, I didn't even think about it. That day, it did not hurt as bad during the day. I scuffed up my shoe, and then my wrist eventually was swollen by the end of the day. And the next day though, I could not move my wrist. And I thought, like, that's not good. I should really watch my wrists, because if I were to break a wrist, I use my hand, my right hand especially, for so much, like, tied to my work. It's very dangerous. So the next time I went skateboarding, I think I fell again and I landed on my wrist, like, you know, boom, and did that. And I noticed how bad it hurt because it had already been injured. And I thought, oh no, this is bad. This is, apparently I'm gonna keep landing on my wrist. This is bad. So anyway, I've landed on my wrist a few more times since then, but it's not been terrible. Tonight, however, I landed really bad on my wrist and it hurts. I feel like I can start to see some discoloration, some bruising. It doesn't really feel too much like a sprain as it does like a bone bruise or something, but it still hurts to bend it. Like, look how much I can move this wrist right here. Look how much I cannot move this wrist that fast because it hurts me. So Anna was very sweet. I've got ice. I'm icing it. That's something I didn't do the first time I hurt my wrist. Always ice. You need to rest, ice, compress, elevate. Ha, rice. Also though, this is what's really sad. This is my Apple Watch, and look at the top of it. Completely scuffed up. Not just that, it's cracked. See that crack right there? Yeah. And then this, the top of this is cracked open. You can see the circuit board right there. That's what that little sliver of, it's right past that little sliver of white that you see there. You can actually see the green circuitry on the Apple Watch. This is a good lesson for me, you know? First off, I know why I fell. Try not to do it again. Also, don't wear an Apple Watch. Don't wear a computer on your wrist unprotected while you skateboard on concrete and asphalt. It was so dumb of me. But, you know, live and learn. So what will I do about the wrist? I will ice it. I will put some Band-Aids on the cuts and scratches that I have, and kind of an open sore too. That's gross. And what will I do about the watch? Well, we have Apple Care, thankfully. So it turns it from a really big expense to get it fixed to a not so bad expense to get it fixed. Much more manageable. But it's still really sad and it shouldn't have happened. All that to say, I'm still loving riding the skateboard. I just hate falling off of it. And I'm really sore. I landed on this shoulder and it feels like I got a shot in my shoulder or something. Anyway, just be careful out there, guys. What am I kidding? I'm telling myself that. It is now time to go to bed. After our last clip, I did a little bit of extra work just to kind of get a jump start on tomorrow and to finish up some stuff that I missed earlier today. Watched a few TV shows and that was it, guys. We just kind of chilled. Anyway, hope you guys have enjoyed your ride. We will talk to you soon. God bless.